I wish I was with my family right now, but because I have COVID, I'm sitting here making YouTube videos. So I want to start this off by saying I think that one thing I realized is the importance of like having a father in your life, right? Men teach you to be accountable, okay? They teach you how to be accountable and they hold you accountable. And one thing I realized with a lot of women is like women don't like being held accountable. Like I've had girlfriends literally come to me, do some funny stuff, be funny acting, and then we're just gonna like resume our friendship. And when I go to address them and I'm like, hey, what's been up with you? Like you just been acting so weird, like now you're trying to come around or whatever, they don't respond. And so the friendship is, for me, is severed because I don't do people who are like back and forth like that. But I realized that when you've never really had anything to stand on, you've never really had any consequences or like disciplinary actions for your actions, then get down. I just gave Bruce a bath. Then it's like anytime somebody says something to you, like it's just gonna, you're gonna be offended, you're gonna be triggered. Like when I think about women, calling men narcissists, it's like men are strong, they're different, they're confident, like, you know what I mean? Like they're big on their respect, like, you know, it's just, that's just what it is. But I more so just say this to say, like, I feel like women are so quick to be like, oh, he was abusive, but then turn around and be like, yeah, but I chose to stay, or I chose. And it's just like the moment that y'all get real about what really happened, I'm telling you, your life will be changed for the better. I almost fell into that trap when I was in a situationship. Girl, this man wasn't even my boyfriend. Like, he wasn't even my boyfriend. He didn't even want to be my boyfriend. Like, and I really lived my life as a victim for a couple of seasons. And it really wasn't until I realized, like, girl, you the one was playing with that man. He told you he did not want you. Girl, he said he didn't want you. He didn't want a relationship with you. He didn't see no future with you. You thought you could play the game. You thought you was finna get one up on him. You tried to be slick thinking you was really doing something. That's why you got played. And now you're sitting here like you're not a victim. Girl, you're not a victim. And that's the moment that my life shifted. So y'all can't play with no grown man. And I've never been the type of woman to hit men. I've just never been that. Like, I used to watch girls in high school literally, like, beat up on guys. I'm not even kidding. I was never that type of girl. I don't believe in putting my hands on people. Like, even when I was young, I would be like, I just can't see me hitting my baby. Like, you know, my man. Like, I just can't see me slapping him in the face. Like, I just never really been that type of girl. So that's the other thing, too. I don't really believe in that. Like, I don't put my hands on people. So I don't really believe in that. But yeah, when I listen to women and y'all be like, oh, but I chose to stay, I wanted to stay, like, okay, then own your decision. That's what came with that, your choice to stay. That's what came with it, you know? Like, you don't get brownie points or you don't get kudos points for trying to for staying with somebody who's abusing you. Like, but the thing is, there is so many rewards for it, right? Like, we have so many rewards for people who have been abused, and there's so many like nonprofits, and it's just like, if you knew who you were as a child of God, and if I mean, like, really, I'm not talking about, because I know there's religious abuse, I'm not addressing that, you would not be allowing somebody to be beating on you. You wouldn't allow it, because it's like, excuse me, you know, I can't control what nobody do. You know, I can't even really speak. I can't even say that as an example, because I know it's not going to happen. Confidently, I can say that. But if a man was to like try to put his hands on me or anything like that, I know it would not be my fault. It wouldn't have nothing to do with me. At the end of the day, it would not be my fault, because it's like, I don't care what was said. Nobody is, you know what I mean? Nobody deserves to be getting slapped upside the head. But yeah, so I just said it to say, like, you're not a victim. So y'all can stop running around here being so scary of men. Men are just different. They're strong. They're sturdy. They're different. Like, they're not your girlfriends, but it doesn't mean that they're disrespecting you or trying to control you. And if you allow somebody to abuse you, that's your choice. That's not, you have a choice. Quit running around here being all scary because you've never had a man in your life and you don't realize how men are. Okay, if somebody's giving you the weirdo vibes, the heebie-jeebie, yeah, that's your intuition. But honestly, I just think, like, personally, this is what I really encourage for young women as a mentor. If you've never had a father figure in your life, You need God. Period. You need to get with God. You need to get with God. And he says that he is a father to the fatherless. He says, when my mother and father forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Like, you need to get with the Lord. Period. Do not even come out here trying to date, trying to take advice from the city girls. And I know that's not even a thing anymore, but hypothetically speaking, the city girls, don't do it. Because 9 times out of 10, not every woman is built like that. Them women, I'm telling you right now, those are women who come from really like hard backgrounds. Those women have had hard lives, okay? Women who, no, listen, it's not real. I'm telling you right now, it's not real, and it's not the reality for a lot of y'all. So don't even get up here trying to live life like that, because that's not even you. I was even looking at Angel Reese, and I'm like, she's this beautiful girl. She's in a whole league by herself, whole freaking basketball star, doing her thing, and she out here trying to be like the rapper girls. Like, you have to have confidence in yourself to be your own person and be who you are. But you know what, this is not really a bashing of Angel Reese, because honestly, I know for a fact that she probably doesn't even have anybody in her corner really like rooting for her and telling her that she is beautiful, and that any man would be lucky to have her, and they need to work for anything that she has, any conversation or anything of that nature. Okay, no, I'm kidding. No, but seriously. And so it's just like, when you don't have that, you start to think that you need to do more to get the attention of guys. But I ain't gonna get too much into that, because she's a young woman. Hopefully she finds her way. God bless her. And I also know, I kind of got into it, but I also know too that this is the culture today. Like, y'all, you guys have to be really nasty and really raunchy and all of that to get guys. So I also understand that's the culture. That's the young kids today. So I don't know, but I just more so say, like, be your own person, you guys. Be your own person. That's another thing too. Like, when you're not your own person, you don't really have nothing to stand in or to fall in or to, you know what I mean, like, fall back into. And I say be your own person, I'm talking about internally. Being confident within yourself internally, knowing who you are internally. When you don't have that, it's so easy to just be a follower and follow the wind and go where everybody else is going and do what everybody else is doing and dress like everybody else and act like everybody else, even if you're in a whole league by yourself. And one thing I learned about this really, really cruel world is that nobody's actually going to tell you that you're in a league by yourself. Nobody's going to tell you that, girl, we low-key want to be like you. We low-key want to be like you, but you know what I mean? Since you want to be like us and everybody want to be like us, right? Then this is just going to be the trend. This is what we're going to do. This is going to be the fad. But it's like, girl, listen. So anyway, the moment that you start owning your choices, your life is going to get so much better. It's going to get so much better. Like, it really is. It's unfortunate, the choices that we make as women. That's why I'm so big on mentorship. And I know that God called me to it because I have the heart for it. Like, I remember growing up, and I remember having role models, but like, the women I would look up to, when the curtains fell, it was like their lives did not look nothing like the outward. And that's why you have to be so careful too, like, when you guys are envying people's success and just being so pressed to choose a mentor because she got this or she got that. Like, no, I'm talking about internally. Like, I don't care if you're successful, if you're nasty, if you're mean, if you're envious, if you're jealous, backbite, like, if you're broken on the inside, none of that really matters, And I really made conscious decisions for my purpose. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I made conscious decisions to be a really good role model. And it was really by the grace of God too, because I always had just very strong convictions about what I could and could not do. I was young, okay, girl, I made my mistakes. I had times where I was like, oh man, doubting myself. But like, God always just anchored me. Like, girl, you can't do what they do. You can't, you know what I mean? Because it was just like, he knew that was my purpose. And that's what I want. Like, I literally want to carry the burden of living my life in a certain type of way so that I really can be a role model. Like, so anyway, I just wanted to get on here and share that, because God's redeemed me. He's kept me set apart, and I know it's not for no reason. So it's late. I'm tired. I just ate like a taco salad. Girl, I'm ready to eat me a little Snickers ice cream bar and go to bed. But I just wanted to go here really quick and let you guys know, like, if you don't have a relationship with your Father, you need to get a relationship with the Lord, because the world is going to literally eat you up. Okay, it's going to eat you up, and these men are going to spit you out. Okay, it's certain men that y'all don't even need to be. Girl, where did you find him? Where did you find him? How did you even come in contact? And for the young girls, I'm gonna say this too, because I have some people that I know, grew up in the church. If you grew up in the church, stay in the church. Okay, stay in the church, stay in that community, stay around people who are healthy, people who can guide you. Because the thing is, to grow up, I think to grow up and to deviate from the very foundation that God has given you is crazy. And I've seen too many people I have people that are in my family literally grew up in the church, don't live it, don't act like it's like, why would you deviate from that? And lives are not giving what they need to give. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not from my judgment. That's from looking at the fruit, you know what I mean? And what God probably would have had for them. So you will get lost in this world. So y'all, we live in a culture today, in a society today where church is online, church is accessible. Be discerning. Pray that the Holy Spirit would lead you to the right ministry. Find your community of people. Get around healthy people, healthy women. Be discerning, okay? Because of course there are some that, but you will be able to tell because of the spirit. You'll be able to tell that spirit. That spirit be a little too much, So you be like, okay, hold on. I know that this person is not living it and not walking it, and they don't even reflect it. This is too much. So be discerning. But yeah. So I guess I just had to say this because I just think it's too many women out here being afraid of men. And girl, it's a man. It's not a giant.